Years
Today.
For those of you who don't have packets, do you want an agenda? Check one agenda. Do you have one?
I have one.
I have one.
I have
Oh,
one digitally.
I've got them right there.
Since you have such a good crowd, I have
I have tons of extras, so.
I gave her all.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Commissioner Bueller. Here. Commissioner Day.
Here.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Here.
Commissioner Rubes.
Here.
Commissioner Robertson.
Here.
Commissioner Speaka. Here. Commissioner Terry.
Here. Okay, does anybody have some changes to the minutes?
I have corrections, and there's not a lot.
I have corrections to the minutes as well.
Okay, we'll submit those to Nikki.
Thank you.
Welcome. Standing room, those will go in with the corrections. No courtesies, no proclamations, board and commission reports. Commissioner Bueller.
The library board met on Wednesday, August 28th. It was a good meeting. There was lots of discussion, particularly about the block grant that they received. That is for an architectural review of the building, and it's to help give an outline of the care and maintenance that needs to be done in that building. So we walked around and looked, which was great. And then the other thing I'd like to relay is that the MOU with the library is coming up for review this next year in 2025. The library board hopes to have that MOU in front of the commission by the end of this year. So that gives us enough time to review it and make sure it's in place for the coming years. And they relayed that it is an incredibly important thing, and they're very thankful for it, and appreciate working with the commission and having a very healthy and understandable budget with both of us. And then our next meeting is September 19th.
All right, thank you.
Nothing to report?
The Park and Rec Board will meet this week, on Wednesday, tomorrow, yeah, at 7 at the Civic Center.
Okay.
We did have an well, not an emergency, not an emergency.
Special.
We had a special meeting, to review the demolition of the snack shack,
Oh,
and so that did happen, so I'm thinking we'll hear more
who
on
did
that
that,
later.
Public Works, did they take that down?
It's not down yet, but the Public Works primarily will do that.
You have to save one board for me.
There'll be several
Oh,
saying.
I painted the inside of it.
Did you, oh.
That horrible period
You want blue.
I chose that when I
Did you
was
feel like you were
19 years old.
Did you feel like you
In
were
the
under
snack
the
shack.
sea in the ocean?
I had no idea it was that
Apparently,
color. I was
we must
19
stay.
years old, and Mr. Daniel said, "Can you please pick a color?" Because me and Ashley were going to paint it, and we did.
That is
A
really
strong choice.
Well, we met for a very short meeting, but it was basically just to get that motion moved forward officially so that that demolition can go forward.
Commissioner Roots,
Nothing to report.
Commissioner Hewitt?
We meet tomorrow, airport board does, tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
Oh, we'll have all kinds of reports next time. Commissioner Robertson?
Only that Will might have taken note that there might be a story in Amy Bueller's blue color of trauma that youth It's finally out. Where
Let them know
where
they
it
can
came
talk to me about it. We can talk about making decisions as young adults and how they are lasting.
from. I'm
I'll
sorry.
call you tomorrow.
I'm sorry, nothing to report.
Okay. So the Central Montana Foundation met on Tuesday, the 27th. I was unable to make that meeting because I was out of town. But there's a couple of things that Carrie sent me. So they approved 2 new funds for Winifred projects funded by Norm Osbornson. Both the Winifred Airport improvement and the Winifred Waterworks repair. So those 2 are incredibly important to the town of Winifred, also cost a lot of money, and Norm, as we know, is very generous. $700,000 for the waterworks repair and $6 million going to the airport fund. So,
Winifred Airport,
yeah, it's a lot of money.
you're gonna be able to land jets there.
The airport project includes significant upgrades to the runway, fuel storage improvements, and improvements and additions to the structures at the airport. And the waterworks project will provide financial support for repair and improvements of sewer and water infrastructure for the town. Also, the Central Montana Foundation approved a $2,500 conditional grant for Simulation in Motion Montana for an OB training at Wheatland Memorial Healthcare. So that's also another outlying facility that other than Lewistown. They have been asked to raise the additional funding needed for the training, at which time Central Montana Foundation will send the check. So we're matching the $2,500 simulation for OB training. And then also the new superintendent, which I just met today at Rotary when Tim and I were there. Central Montana Foundation welcomed Lewistown Public Schools Superintendent Brad Moore to the board. And interestingly enough, he married a Big Sandy girl and then moved back to Big Sandy. He was a superintendent there for a while, and now he's superintendent here, so. He replaced Tom Peck, so and then our next meeting is the 4th Tuesday in September, is the 24th. That's all I have to report. Any questions, comments from commissioners on board reports? Okay. City manager report. And it should be in your packet.
Except for there were a couple people that picked them up, I think, before they were there, so.
Looks like nothing has been going on.
I know, I had to shrink up my phone. We do have a couple positions open right now. We have the public works director, a street worker, and a recreation specialist. Again, you can find out more information on those jobs 24/7 on our website. The applications are there as well. This weekend is the Chippewa Festival, and it has its usual festivities, starting with the pancake breakfast and ending with the trails and ales. The FWP Trails Stewardship Grant was extended for another year, and I did include a copy of that in your packets. It also does have a budget that we'll talk more about in the meeting. And we also did get an extension for our DNRC Main Street Tree Grant. This would allow some additional time for the tree guards to be fabricated and installed. And also, there's a few trees that still need to be replanted, and it's never a good idea to plant them in the heat of the summer, so. That work must be done by the end of November. And then the Montana League of Cities and Towns will be holding their annual conference in West Yellowstone. There's not really the agenda out, but if you're interested in attending, please let Nikki or I know. And then Public Works is scheduling their fall activities. So each year we do annual dam inspections. The city of Lewistown operates 4 high hazard dams south of Lewistown. And as part of that, they do inspections where they go out and actually walk both sides of the dam, operate the gate structure. Some of them have piezometers underground to measure the water depth. And then they do maintenance on those dams year round. Next year, they'll actually do a more intensive one where we actually work with a consultant and they run a camera up the outlets and do some additional monitoring as well, so. And as Lorraine alluded to, we will begin construction on the new year-round facility at the pool, which will house concessions, locker rooms, and restrooms. And it will start with demolition. This is a partnership with the city, the Fergus County Recreation District, the Friends of the Pool, the Lewistown Ice Skating Association, and the swim team. And so it's a great opportunity. They're looking for volunteers to help with all components of it. So if you're interested, let us know. And last but not least, I will be out of the office next week. So I'm not in the office, but I'll be available by phone or email if necessary. And if you didn't see it in the paper, there will be a Sentinel. The Air Force is holding another meeting for the Sentinel project tomorrow night at the Trade Center at 6 p.m. All I have, thank you.
On the Main Street trees, you're saying that by November 30th, like in a couple months, they'll have the tree guards and a few more trees planted?
Yes. We
That's
only
what
have
the
a few
extension
trees.
is, just a couple months?
Yes. Yep. I think it was a 3-month extension if I'm not mistaken.
And also, is there anything that's gonna be done with we just had this conversation today with the garbage cans that were done kind of in conjunction with those benches?
So there's the garbage cans. I think that the hope was to kind of retrofit them and make them more user-friendly and a little larger, but there has not been any effort on securing funds for that. They are pretty broken, and in order to put them out there, it would take some work to get them welded up and stuff. But unfortunately, we may have to proceed with that because they've applied, different groups have applied for grants to replace those garbage cans and not been successful to this point.
Because I know some people thought that the tree containers were garbage
They
cans.
kind of look like it, don't they?
Yeah, I can understand that one.
So they put them back up, some of them, but not all of them. There's still a couple of benches that are available. And the reason that those weren't put in was mostly because of the ADA component with those streets.
Yeah.
Because we had to kind of,
Reconfigure. I mean, some things, more obstacles came in.
so did Public Works put those in?
Yes, yep, everything's out. When Tim Majerus was in, he worked very closely with kind of looking looking back at the old plans and looking at what benches were there and stuff like that.
One of them that has not been replaced is in front of the book station. There was a bench and a garbage can in front of the book station. So I don't know if we could pick the best garbage can for putting up there, but that's probably a good spot to still have a garbage
I
can.
think it's important we have garbage cans in downtown. I mean, all of us, I'm sure, have seen the garbage and stuff, and it's not because people want to be disrespectful, they just don't know where to throw.
Yeah. So Dave Murray might be getting a hold of you for that, because I know that there was a bench and a garbage can right next to each other in front of the book station.
Yep, I can look, Tim has, you know, it nicely laid out on how it was originally laid out. We did have some issues last winter with, the brush that likes to clear the snow. And so there was some clearance issues and stuff like that there too.
Any other questions for Holly from the city manager report? You didn't say annual dam inspection.
Yeah.
Dam inspection.
I like the dam failures.
Last
I
time
know,
I
dam failures. We don't want a dam failure, so that's why we need dam inspections,
Yeah.
Holly.
My favorite word.
And that was the end on it.
Would this be a good time to talk about the snail meeting that we attended, or maybe in a commissioner's minute?
I mean, commissioner's minutes. I also included the, safety compliance report for public works, where there was two very minimal, things cited. One was, the compressed air shall not be used for cleaning unless it's reduced to less than 30 pounds, per square inch. And so they had to replace the nozzle, the cleaning nozzle in the shop. And then, they had safety goggles, but they weren't stored in a baggie. So they had to put them in a baggie, so they were in a hygienic manner if they needed them. So those were the two items that were identified. So I think all of us were very happy.
That was a remarkable report.
It's not always that nice.
Okay, public comment. Is there any public comment on non-agenda items?
Yeah, Richard, back. I have one
Richard,
question.
welcome back.
You bet. I have one question. When you said that, about the building being demolished, what building was that?
It's a building, the snack shack over by the pool. So it's a very old building.
Well, I didn't know there was a building there, okay, thanks.
That's where it's at. When was it built?
Long time ago.
It has to be the 60s.
I was gonna say back when it was still a pond.
Was there any estimate of, because obviously they're gonna have to have it heated year round now and stuff, it's, are the, like the hockey players and swim team, are they the ones gonna have to kind of pick up some of that tab, or?
To heat it and stuff?
Right.
No, not necessarily. To construct it, they're volunteering,
Sure.
they're, a lot of the funding will come from the rec district, but
All right.
Not the pool, don't swim anymore.
All right, any other public comment? Will, Heidi? Anything? Consent agenda. Does anybody have any questions on the claims?
there are none.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say,
I did not get
Not
all
my
claims.
packet.
Yeah, okay,
She was on, my bookkeeper was on vacation, so she caught up, so wait till next time.
all right, sounds good. So moving on to the regular agenda, discussion and action on awarding the water bid for Phase 2, Schedule 1 of the Lewistown Water System Improvements 2024. All right, do we have something on that?
You have a bid tab. So this was the one that we rebid, Schedule 1 that accepted the tank painting. If you haven't looked, the tank is just about done and it looks very nice, so we're excited.
Lots of excellent comments on that, too.
I know, I haven't seen one,
Yeah,
I say it very proudly.
no, not lots of good comments on that.
Makes us look classy.
It does
The water tank on top of the hill?
The water tank, yeah.
Two small redheads were very happy it was not dark green.
Camo. I mean, we had, I mean, if you followed some of the Facebook stuff, it was very interesting. It was like play by play.
I thought the green was nice, kind of camouflage.
I had another redhead that was A-okay with it.
If it was up to my children, it would have been pink and purple. So phase 1, or phase 2, schedule 1 is primarily replacement of water services and water lines in roads or that have been problematic with freezing in the wintertime or prone to leaking. And so we received a ton of bids on it. And you can see the engineer's estimate was just over 1.2 million, and we had several bids that came in under that. The recommendation by our engineer is to award the contract to Griffith Contracting and award all 3 schedules, or alternative 1 and 2 in the base bid, for a total of $1,070,396.
Why did the engineer say that was the best
And
bid?
so they had in their packet, they had kind of the process where they had to be a little bidder on schedule, on the base bid to advance. And so that's why, you'll see one that's slightly less, but because of that criteria, they had that. Okay.
Good to keep it local.
Yeah, I'm happy, very happy with that.
I would entertain a motion on awarding the bid to Griffith Contracting.
I move that we give Griffith Contracting
The bids to
The
phase
bids,
2.
the bids for 1, 2, 3, right?
Second.
Okay, so moved by Commissioner Hewitt, second by Commissioner Bueller. Is there any comments from the public? Any other, I was gonna say constructive criticism from the commission? All right, let's do a roll call vote.
Okay, the motion on the table is to award the water bid for phase 2, schedule 1 of the Lewistown Water System Improvements 2024 to Griffith Contracting in the amount of $1,070,396. Commissioner Bueller,
Aye.
Commissioner Day,
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rubes,
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson,
Aye.
Commissioner Speaka,
Aye.
Commissioner Terry.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, discussion and action on awarding the 2024 Lewistown Trails paving project. Polly?
So included in your packet is the one bid we received on the trails paving project. It was from Century Construction, and the total price is $98,810. It is slightly more than what was anticipated in, I have one, I think, in my packet. No, I still don't. There's money set aside, additional $10,000 has been budgeted for even prior to this. And so we feel that we'll have the adequate funds to move forward with it.
10,000 from the city?
From the Trails Fund. And that was included already. So right now, on page 6 of this grant is what I'm looking at. So we have the 73 that is from the state, from this grant. Payroll is included in the city side of things, and then 7,000 is what the Friend of the Trails has already pledged.
7,000 from the trails? So we're still about 10,000 short.
And we budgeted 10,000 in the actual budget this year. So it's about, they'll still be a little short, but we feel like there's money in the budget.
I think it's important that we do this. I also would add that it would be great if we could move a little bit faster next time. I'm sure that would be helpful for all, or if the project cannot move speedily, we should do a very good job as the city communicating how the process is going forward. Since it is a significantly bigger price now than it was.
I move we award the 2024 Lewistown Trails paving project to Century.
It's been moved by Commissioner Rue, second by Commissioner Hewitt, to award the, I don't see the exact amount.
Second page of the bid,
$98,810.
It was in your packet.
the bid is this one, Joanne.
Kellyanne, in your packet, not that.
It's on the back.
So one sheet. Well,
We should color it.
there it is.
If it was a different color, you would have found it.
Okay. For the $98,810. We are just awarding the bid right now. We don't need to say that who's paying for what at this point.
It's in the budget, so.
Is there any comments from the public?
And Mr. Backer, I'm in favor of it.
Great. Any other comments from commissioners? Roll call vote, please.
All right, we are awarding the 2024 Lewistown Trails paving project to Century Construction in the amount of $98,810. Commissioner Bueller,
Aye.
Commissioner Day,
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rubes,
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson,
Aye.
Commissioner Speaka,
Aye.
Commissioner Terry.
Aye. Okay, discussion and action on approving resolution number 4163, a resolution redefining the boundaries of Street Maintenance District 1 in the city of Lewistown. Holly?
Yep, so you have the resolution and the map in front of you. The only change to our boundary this year is the little kind of annexation that was done for the Blazoviches to align with the fence better.
Where is that at?
Over by Kellyanne.
It's up by my house.
You can't tell it on the map, that it's so small, it doesn't even look any different.
What is it?
Below Valley Vista.
Well, there.
Little jog, yes.
Would entertain a motion on just that small jag of boundary.
I move we approve resolution number 4163, a resolution redefining the boundaries of street maintenance district number 1.
I'll second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Day, to make that small adjustment. I'm glad you provided this very large map.
It's still hard to see.
Is there any comments from the public?
Yeah, Mr. Backer, where is that area located, what part of town is that in?
It's right below,
Valley
it's
Vista.
between J.C.'s Park and Valley Vista.
Okay,
It's almost in the county on that side.
oh, okay.
Great, any other comments from commissioners? Okay, roll call
We are approving resolution number 4163. Commissioner Bueller,
Aye.
Commissioner Day,
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rubes,
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson,
Aye.
Commissioner Speaka,
Aye.
Commissioner Terry.
vote. Aye. Okay, I'm now opening the public hearing on the cost of maintenance of Boulevard District number 12, cost of maintenance reserve and administration for lighting districts, and cost of maintenance in street maintenance district number 1. You want to explain it and then?
So I'll briefly touch on all three, it's the next three resolutions, will be the supporting information. So we had previous discussion regarding the Boulevard District, we elected to keep those the same. And so, again, that is the Center Boulevard, located in Boulevard Street and 7th Avenue. And those people that have property that are joining those or adjacent to those are assessed a cost per lineal foot of frontage that they have there. And that entire assessment adds up to just over $3,700. The lighting districts are throughout Lewistown. You can see that we have 1 through 20. There are some numbers missing, so there's not 20 of them, but and each of those have their own bill and setup. They are assessed on a per square foot price. We did do some auditing on our street lights this year, and so we did make some corrections. Most of them actually went down, but there was a few that needed to increase due to cost or supply, electricity costs. And last but not least is our street maintenance assessment. Again, this resolution lays out, everybody inside the city limits is assessed, per square foot. Residential, we do have a cap, on residential properties of 15,000 square feet. And then there is some provision if you're not, adjacent to a publicly owned or maintained right of way. There's special ways, and that's in A, if you're interested in seeing then what we do. And we elected not to change the rate for this year. And so that will remain 3.5 cents per square
On the street maintenance.
So all these boulevards, we all know the one boulevards. But obviously like Ridgelawn or something over there has one.
Seventh Avenue.
The only other.
Seventh Avenue does.
Well, I see, oh, okay, never mind. That would be their, I see a name here, and I know where they live, but they do have, or used to have a
So,
rental.
Property.
The names that are on the exhibit have not been updated.
Right. okay,
Strictly
thank you.
look at the assessment, no.
Okay, so this is for like Seventh Avenue and Anvil Boulevard.
Yeah, both, east and west boulevard has, so.
Okay, any comments on the public hearing from the public?
Okay, my, then, back, Senate is, 8.5 cents per square foot, is from the boulevard from, Fifth Avenue to, whatever that is.
But that, she talked about street maintenance and then also the lighting.
Oh,
So
lighting,
it's
okay.
a little
And
bit
boulevard.
on the
Okay, and the lighting, okay, and on the Seventh Avenue, and,
Seventh
Broadway
Avenue
and
and
Boulevard,
East and
yeah,
West
okay.
Boulevard.
yeah, okay. Well, other than putting on the street lighting, yeah, thank you.
At this time, I will close the public hearing. Okay, so we're gonna look at the first resolution, 4164. A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Lewistown, levying and assessing a special tax to cover the cost of maintenance of Boulevard District Number 12 in the City of Lewistown, Montana for the fiscal year July 1st, 2024, and ending July 30th, 2025. And so last time, we've already approved this, but now it goes into resolution, right?
We discussed it,
Yeah.
decided to basically budget to leave it the same.
Right.
The last thing was the rate was set. The commissioner set the
Yeah.
rate. Now you're
Now-
passing the resolution that actually calculates,
So
telling you to
this
put it to
is,
the.
this first resolution is the maintenance of those boulevards. Correct. Anybody?
I'll move that we approve, resolution 4164, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Lewistown levying and assessing a special tax to cover the cost of the maintenance of the Boulevard District, number 12.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Commissioner Day, seconded by Commissioner Bueller to approve the resolution for the maintenance. Is there any comments from the public? Any other comments from commissioners, questions? All right, roll call vote.
We are approving resolution number 4164. Commissioner Bueller,
Aye.
Commissioner Day,
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rubes,
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson,
Aye.
Commissioner Speaka,
Aye.
Commissioner Terry.
Aye. All right, next is resolution number 4165, and this one is all about the reserve and administration for the electrical.
Yes. So the lighting district, again, every property pretty much in town is part of a lighting district. There are a few little outcropping, little odd properties that never had the streetlights put in. But a lot of times it's done at the time these subdivisions are brought in. And so, we work with them to come up with costs and an assessment. Each of them just covers the maintenance of that specific district and then the bills, the operations part of it. So that's what's next.
Do you have a map of all the districts? Yes, we do. Love to see that.
Stop when you stop by.
I'm gonna stop by and look at the map.
It's currently on my table because we've referred to it so much lately.
That's delightful. So this is what comes in as part of their taxes on their.
An assessment on the taxes.
Yeah.
And then we use it to pay the Northwestern energy bills for the lighting.
Okay, is,
Last question. I'm assuming the larger costs are because there are more street lights in that area. Oh, I get it. Okay. I move we approve resolution, can I do that yet?
Yeah.
I move we approve resolution 4165, a resolution levying and assessing the cost of maintenance, reserve, and administration and supplying of electrical current for the street lights within the city of Lewistown. Second.
who said, Katie, is that you? All right, so moved by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Speaka. Is there any comments from the public? All right, any comments from commission? Okay,
You ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
We are approving resolution number 4165. Commissioner Bueller,
Aye.
Commissioner Day,
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rubes,
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson,
Aye.
Commissioner Speaka,
Aye.
Commissioner Terry.
Aye. All right, the last one on this section, 4166, and this is estimating the cost of maintenance in street maintenance, District Number 1, specifying the assessment option and levying an assessment on properties for street maintenance. Again, we set the rates on this one, and now we're doing the resolution, so. Holly, do you have anything to say?
No, I mean, if you have questions on how it's assessed and stuff, again, residential has a cap of 15,000 square feet, commercial does not have a cap. And, there's a provision if you're not close to publicly maintained roads.
Did anything besides the rate change in the resolution? The rate didn't even change. Oh, the rate didn't even change.
So our
Did
area
anything change?
changes a little bit,
Okay.
based on annexations and things like that. That's the other thing.
Yeah, we kept our street maintenance the same.
Correct.
Any motions?
I move that we accept resolution 4166, a resolution estimating the cost of the maintenance and street maintenance District 1, specifying the assessment option and levying an assessment on properties for street maintenance.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Hewitt, seconded by Commissioner Mueller. Are there any comments from the public? Any other comments from commission? All right, roll call vote, please.
No, I'm raising my
Oh,
hand.
you're raising, I'm
You
sorry.
gotta
You're
look
to
over
my
this way
left,
once.
you're to my left.
Okay, there's a street, Evelyn Street between 6th and 5th, it's a dirt path, sort of. And the house on there, I mean, that street, I mean, how are they assessed for this? Because maybe I go up that street a lot, because I've got kids that live up a little higher, but, that thing doesn't even get graded very often.
So it's all assessed the same, because again, you're paying not just for the road outside of your house, but all of the roads throughout the community.
Okay, so they're
There's
helping
one
to pay for my street too, my newly paved street.
You did an SAD, so you paid a lot of it yourself,
Yeah, I know.
but, yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, can we do something with those dirt streets coming down that hill from 5th and 6th? I think there's two of them there, Evelyn and then one other.
We can definitely look at them, Again, they don't get a lot of traffic, and so it's hard to raise them above, but there are some streets that have never been paved.
Are those the roads that constantly get closed in the winter?
Yeah.
A lot of times they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're quite steep coming down.
Well, six has got a lot, I mean, there are ruts in there now that are really rough.
So that's where one of the water projects
And so,
bigs are, so that's why they never paved that one back.
why did they not pave it?
Because there's this water project that we just awarded tonight,
Uh-huh.
will be right there too. So, it'll be paved as part of this project.
It's gonna be paved, oh, hallelujah, that's good.
Holly, I know you have a lot on your plate, and you don't have a lot of help right now, but it would be helpful to understand how many streets are not paved, or sections of the street are not paved, and somebody do an inventory or an
We
assessment.
already have it, we can just generate some
Show it to us
reports.
at some point.
Maybe, Commissioner Robertson will sit down with me and we can put together something. He can come up with questions and we can do something on what to present to you guys. We'll do it in the winter or something when it's not crazy busy.
That's great.
Oh my, because that
I
happens.
think it would be a huge accomplishment to finally get Lewistown paved.
And there's a few of them, you know, think of,
It's 120 years in the making.
yeah.
I would
And-
assume that can you pave that street by the Episcopalian church, you know how steep it is between, is it sixth or is
There's
it
ways that
seventh?
you can
It's between 6th and 5th.
Sixth and fifth, but that really steep.
pave halfway, you know, by the church and then it gets really steep. So it's a little more complicated, but
And there's a debate whether you should pave a street
Yeah.
like that, you know.
Cause I do know that it's closed 6 months out of the year.
it's not real safe to travel.
Well, meanwhile, maybe would you be able to ask, would that be Public Works, someone to just run a road grader down there and kind of help, or maybe go up, push that stuff back up.
This is a wild, harebrained idea, but what if you close those as streets and just created like walking paths instead?
There's people that
That-
their
they
address
live
off
there.
of, I mean, they're still you.
Yeah.
You have to, in order to have a legal parcel, they need to have
A road access?
access.
Could do 2 like circles, one at the top and one at the bottom. Long
Just-
sidewalk.
Just kind of touch it up once in a while until we can get it paved.
Gravel is actually more maintenance than
I
paving.
know gravel can get washed downhill really.
Okay, let's vote.
Okay. We are approving resolution number 4166. Commissioner Bueller,
Aye.
Commissioner Day, Commissioner Hewitt, Commissioner Rubes,
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson,
Aye.
Commissioner Speaka,
Aye.
Commissioner Terry.
Aye. All right. The moment we've all been waiting for. I'm opening the public hearing on the 24-25 budget.
Okay, so you have your colorful paper this evening. We're only gonna look at purple, the other two, which is revenues and expenditures. We've gone over a lot, this is the final budget, hopefully, that is approved tonight, so more or less for your records. And you should have all seen it several times leading up to this, so. Again, no real drastic changes. There are a couple of vehicles for various departments, building department, public works, police department. Other than that, we've got some construction projects, so we'll have a wastewater project and a water project going. But overall, the budget is substantially less than last year. This year, the revenues are, less as well, by about $6,000 difference because of the expenditures. So we've got a lot of our ARPA funds and loans and, grants that, for the previous projects, we don't have, for the new projects. A lot of that work has already been complete. And so, last year, our proposed revenues were $20 million. This year, it's close to 14 million. Our expenditures, were at 26 million last year, and they're at 20 million this year.
Was that all?
Again, mostly those projects, and that's why they're a direct correlation, is it was grants and loans, that just kind of washed. But it's still a substantial budget with the work that's still to be done. But we do feel like we leave ourselves in a good position at the end, with, just over $5.5 million in cash remaining, if we spend everything, so.
Where's the wastewater? Is that on the purple sheet or not?
Yes, you're very bottom, or close to the bottom.
Is it the sewer?
Yes.
Okay. And then, why does the library
Yeah,
depreciation
that's
fund
my
show
question.
negative?
Did you not catch that?
Just saying.
4001.
Yep, we'll have to fix that.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
She does budget to expend everything, but
Yeah.
not net.
But not more than
We
everything.
had made that, we confirmed with her today if the county had agreed to give her that 5,000. And they did not, and so I took it out the revenue side and did not adjust, so I will make that adjustment.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
What did they give her?
The increase 4%,
4.1.
But they did not add to the depreciation fund. So her request was the 4% as well as $5,000 to building depreciation, and they denied that one.
and so that was shown in your preliminary, but not.
Right.
So what did they agree to?
The library's a portion that comes, this year will be a 4% increase on last year.
4.1, which is the cost of living.
Yep. And then the library, the city, both pitch in $5,000 a year for that depreciation account. And Alyssa had asked the county to also put in an extra $5,000 to support the building maintenance, and they did not do that part.
Is there any other questions you guys might have?
The police department section of expenditures, the very last item, miscellaneous equipment purchases.
The cars. So we had a car that we waited for about 15 months.
But we
So
don't,
there's one that we've received already. We got it just after the new year. So in July, and then we're budgeting for a second car in the same budget.
an observation would be, that might be worthy of its own item, vehicle expenditures, purchases, rather than the miscellaneous equipment purchases, which looks like a slush fund.
Yeah, we can sure create new accounts to do that. That's what it is, it'd be creating a new account.
Yeah, I'm just saying that it's, those huge items are good track, just so you can see, well, we bought 2 cars this year.
Right.
One car, and it wouldn't draw the attention of the giant miscellaneous funds. Thank you.
We have not seen the audit report either. We will put that on our schedule.
Yes. The auditors will be here in September too to close out the year.
All right, I'm gonna close the public hearing. Unless there's anything from the public. Richard?
Is the library might have an amount that the city contributes to the library fund next year?
Well, the city pays, the city of Lewistown pays for the salaries of the, employees.
You're
And the
about
benefits.
$200,000 a year, isn't it?
290 this year.
Okay.
And then we do the 5,000 in the depreciation.
So $295,000 altogether. Thank you.
Okay. Closing. Okay. So now we're gonna look at the, resolution number 4167, a resolution relating to final budgets, budget authorities, and annual appropriations for the fiscal year beginning July 1st to June 30th, 2025. So do we need, when we make a motion, do we need to say anything about those corrections, or is that something that?
Basically, all this resolution is doing at this point in time is you are approving the budget authorities and the annual appropriation. You are, that's all you're doing. So I will fix that as part of the next step of processing the budget for the state. But if you would like it included in that motion, you gladly can.
And so again, this is basically with our self-governing powers, we have the ability to set our budget through the authority, you guys have seen, and so you'd be adopting for even the young.
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 4167, a resolution relating to final budgets, budget authorities, and annual appropriations for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2024, and ending June 30th, 2025, with the corrections and the notations that we've made.
Second?
So moved by Commissioner Day, second by Commissioner Bueller. Is there any comments from the public? Any other questions or comments, on this from the commission?
I noticed that, in the police portion of this, personal services went from 682,000 in 2021 up to 900,000. And that's a jump of about a little over 200,000. But the fire department, was actually only like 70,000. Did we add that many more personnel to the?
We didn't add any, so we were short-handed, and so we had
several large retirements,
Okay,
and
So you budget them now? You budget them for?
no, at
No.
the time, that was.
So we knew that they were coming on board. We knew we had some retirements, 2 large retirements. So I budgeted for the retirement and another person, so that I had enough in there. But now, we don't foresee any large retirements. And so now I'm just down to the basic 12 officers in there.
so next year that 900,000 will more than likely be less.
No.
Yeah, because what he's saying is that in 2024, we had 740,000, and now it's.
Well,
Oh, okay, now, he said 2021, year 2021, so that's why I'm confused.
our current budget,
Okay, our current budget is $825,000. That is budgeting for 13 police officers.
okay,
Which is our current.
And the 740 that is there, I was short 3 police officers throughout the year possibly. So the 740 that we spent was actually what we spent. I budgeted for 900
gotcha.
because I had no idea, and they were union negotiations too, last fiscal year.
And so you can see what the overtime was, because, again, we had new guys hiring, they were in the academy, so we had a lot of overtime shifts, and so that's where you'll see that shift. Now, everybody is out of the academy and we're fully staffed.
Okay.
So hopefully we're stabilized, and no retirements.
And no retirements. I don't have anybody with that much years on the force.
How big is the fire department then? 8? So 13 police is 8 fire?
Now, let me rephrase that. There are 13 police officers, with one of them being an SRO officer.
Okay.
So the 13th officer is not included in the general fund. It's included in the SRO fund.
That would be a great title of a book, The 13th.
Or an art piece. And also, just a FYI that, we have 2 funding streams for our fire department as well. So we have Lewistown Rural and the City Fire Department.
And both of those departments are fully staffed currently. Hey,
No, I was just gonna say, you might have just checked it.
Maureen, did you have a question?
Oh, no, I was just gonna comment, you asked for comments, and just, I know each year, I really appreciate like how laid out this all is for us, and organized and color-coded and simplified, and it just really allows, I feel like we're set up to succeed, to really understand and talk about, and we've gone through this so many times this summer. And it's just like that, since I've been on the commission, it's been like that every year. I feel like you guys do a lot of work to put into this to make it easy for us to understand what's happening and what's going on. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Okay, any other comments, questions? You can vote.
Yeah.
Did you have something?
I still don't understand it, you know, in 1 year, it went up, for the police personnel services, it went up 160,000. From 740 to 900,
You're looking, that's the wrong column. Let me come
so it says 23, 24.
But 23,
Okay,
The
this is your
740
actual,
Right.
is what, this is last year's budget.
Right,
Not what
and
we
only
spent.
that much.
No, we only spent this much,
Which much?
the 740,000.
In 23, 24?
Yes,
Okay,
that's all that was spent.
okay,
Now I'm budgeting for 825,000.
okay,
Last year I budgeted for 900, but we were in negotiations,
okay,
so now I'm dropping it down.
okay,
Does that make more sense?
yes.
Okay.
I just looking for.
We're good to vote now, Ron?
Thank you.
Nikki? Are you ready? Okay. We are approving resolution number 4167, with the corrections and notations that were discussed among the commissioners. Commissioner Bueller,
Aye.
Commissioner Day,
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Aye.
Commissioner Roots,
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson,
Aye.
Commissioner Speaka,
Aye.
Commissioner Terry.
Aye. Okay, now I'm opening the public hearing on resolution number 4168. A resolution authorizing an increase in the city of Lewistown's mill levy in order to fund increases in premium contributions for medical group benefits for city employees and exempting the same from the mill levy calculation limitation provided for by law. So this was a question that had come up, so Holly, if you could just kind of explain how we kind of have to do this according to.
So this is one of the things we can do.
Yeah.
Is, basically it's the difference in health premiums from 2000, to today that we can mill for the same number of general fund employees, or same number of employees. This is why I'm probably not the best one to explain.
Okay. This was put into place by the legislature to help with the increase in health insurance costs back in 2000. The city of Lewistown jumped on board. We've been doing it ever since. They have over the years made changes to the calculation. It used to be only for, when we first started out, about the first 10 to 15 years, you could only do the same number of employees that were funded by, fully, 100% funded by the general fund. Now, it's anybody, any employee that I pay insurance on that is not funded by an enterprise fund, which is water and sewer. So with that being said, myself, I'm paid 50% out of water and sewer. So only 50% of my health insurance can be taxed. And it's only the city's portion. It's not what the employee pays. So it's 95% of our plans.
And so that current value of that is $190,309.21, or approximately 20.94 mils.
What does the last part mean? And exempting the same from the mill levy calculation limitation provided for by law?
So remember, we have a cap on the number of mills we can increase.
Okay.
It's 1/2 the rate of inflation over the last 3 years. This doesn't count.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you.
So how many employees does that affect?
I
I
have
have,
a massive spreadsheet.
yeah, it's about 38.
38?
And what departments are those mostly in?
Everybody but water and sewer.
Okay.
So any questions from the public?
Yeah,
Yes.
so, the fund, medical insurance fund is for, all city employees, especially, for that one that runs the city, sewer and water department? Okay, and everybody that's working for the city, was, they could pay medical insurance for coverage, is that what I'm saying? Okay, thank you.
So, I don't know, I guess I'm not understanding this as well as I would like to. So how does that, what kind of like increase per person and this is like an increased cost, that it's not a surprise cost?
No, so, for example, the average amount I paid back in 2000, the contribution for the city of Lewistown, the average amount was $100 per month, per employee, was $185.07. Now, my average, 25 years later, is $602.42.
So
So we're able to gather that the difference is $417.34. We're able to mill that to help with that increase.
and this is an additional mill specifically for the medical cost of the employees.
Offsetting that
To help offset that increase.
As opposed to the mills that we take in for the other.
So it was done through state legislator to allow so that the city wasn't incurring that?
Cities,
No, it was years ago, it was to help because of the huge back in the 2000s, 1999, it happened when I came on board. There was a huge increase, and that was the only way the legislature could figure out to help the cities. So with that being said, we are probably one of very few that have been doing it since 2000. If we stop doing this, we lose everything we've accumulated.
we go
So
back
there,
to
yeah, go back to zero. So like the county, they didn't start doing it till a few years ago. So if their increase was only $20 between those couple of years, you're not gonna get much, where mine's $400.
Interesting.
And so, and it's only on employees that get health insurance. I have, some of my police officer, military, I have a couple firemen that are military. It's not for them. I don't get to mill anything for them. It's strictly the ones I pay health insurance for.
Out of the general fund,
Out of any fund, with the exception
not
of
enterprise.
enterprise. So streets, historic,
Mhm.
all general fund, library.
Yep.
Who
City
else?
office.
Yep.
I
city
or the
office,
percentage.
building.
Mhm.
Yeah, or the percentage, so like my office, we're all split out between water, sewer, and general. So some of my employees, only 10% come out of the general fund, I can only take 10%.
So if we didn't collect this, where would that premium?
We would be short in our budget, general fund, $192,000.
So we'd have to take it out of our
Cut
budget.
somewhere out of.
And this is not, when we collect this, it does go into the fund 2372, which you'll see on here, and at the end of the year, then I move it into the general fund.
So I guess I'm not understanding this. So what is that cost? You said it represents approximately 20.92 mils. But what does that end up, what's the cost on that
We're bringing in $190,309.
total?
And this is a tax, or mill that we have been assessing now
For
for
25.
25 years. And you're saying that it's compounding? Okay.
So last year, I think we brought in 198 or 88.
No, we were a little higher last year because our mill levy went down, so our amounts that we're bringing in this year are down.
Because we didn't do this last year.
Nope, we've done it every year.
We've done it every year.
If we don't, we lose everything.
I don't remember doing this, like this feels
Oh, it's a strange one that comes up every year, it's okay.
territory.
Richard, did you have a question?
Yeah, the question I have is, why is the, water and sewer only half, 50% instead of the complete deal?
They can't be at all, and that's because they're an enterprise fund. Enterprise funds have to pay for themselves.
Is that what I mean?
They're an enterprise funds that are standalone,
Okay.
so you would raise rates to cover that.
Oh, okay, now I.
So last year we milled 20.97 for a total of $192,085. This year we're milling $20.92 for a total of $190,309. So we are going down a little bit in what we're able to collect.
Page 4 of your grade sheet, you see the last several years. So it's ranged from 167 to now, where we're at.
Well, with the cost of health insurance, I don't know how you do anything else.
Yeah.
And
You're getting,
cover your employees, I mean, you have to cover your employees.
I think you're getting a good deal.
It's a great tool, yeah.
And are those programs, like, do you guys have options on what healthcare you want to take?
Yeah, we have 3 programs, and knock on wood, we have been very fortunate. We've only had, I think, 1 year that probably she can remember, that I can remember in the last probably 20 years that we've been double digits. I mean, they have really done a good job at MMIA and the league and put this together about 20 years ago. And we have really kept it down. I mean, our increases have ranged anywhere from 2% to, I think this year was 7%. So we're good. We're really lucky.
Because I know like nationwide, there's all kinds of unusual draws going on, and it's really affecting a lot of companies and employers, and I'm sure you're seeing that too. All right.
I don't think, I'm gonna close the public hearing. Okay, so now, the resolution is still 4168, authorizing this increase in the City of Lewistown's mill levy.
I move we approve resolution number 4168.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Commissioner Speaker, second by Commissioner Bueller. Is there any comments from the public? Any other comments, questions from commissioners?
I think something like this is vital in keeping qualified employees. I don't care, what business you're in, and certainly the city's a business in a way, so.
Vicki, I think we're ready. Vote it out.
We are going to approve resolution number 4168. Commissioner Bueller,
Aye.
Commissioner Day,
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Aye.
Commissioner Roots,
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson,
Aye.
Commissioner Speaka,
Aye.
Commissioner Terry.
Aye. All right, our last one is discussion and action on approving resolution number 4169, which is a resolution providing for the annual tax levy mills for fiscal year, July 1st to June 30th, 2025. And this is also something that we have kind of approved and talked about. But here's the resolution putting it in place.
And this also reiterates that permissive health mill levy that we just went over. Again, our certified values, our mill value for this year went down, and so we're at $9,162.10. And then that gives us the following values. So we have elected to mill all that we can, so that's an increase of 3%, which is 1/2 the rate of inflation over the last 3 years. So it would be a total mill for our general fund of 183.15 mills that will generate 1.666. I'm like, why? And $404. And then, as we said, the permissive health mills also will be assessed for a total of 204.27 mills being assessed.
0.07.
Thank you.
Not 27.
You said 9096?
1666, is that what they said?
Well,
No, the 9,000.
the 9,000.
9,162.10.
That's our mill levy.
That's our mill value.
That's what the value of a mill is.
1 million.
Not 166.
What is the 10,149?
That's our taxable value.
Thank you.
And the reason there's a difference in the taxable value is because of our tip and tax. Just subtracted.
Okay.
Class A properties or something, you know, what's different than. I can pull that one up too. No, if you do the math, it won't work. Trust me. But I can provide you the
I was thinking,
spreadsheet.
I'm looking at this, I'm saying, oh.
I know. It's all based on that one spreadsheet that the Department of Revenue provides us, and we put in all the numbers from the Department of Revenue's assessed values we get, and that's what we use. And I can gladly, we provided it already, but I can email them out too. But your math will come off a little off.
Thanks for the warning.
Yeah, a little off.
Man, who's on that?
Why? Where are we? Have you already made a motion?
No motions.
I move that we approve resolution number 4169 to provide for the annual tax levy mills for fiscal year beginning July 1, 2024 and ending June 30th, 2025.
I'll second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Rube, seconded by Commissioner Hewitt. Is there any comments from the public? Is there any comments, questions from the commission?
One second.
Yep.
She's checking her spreadsheet.
I'm really panicking. I think we do have a typo.
Typo in what?
Sorry. What were you coming up with, Tim?
As I recall, under the 1,666,404 comes out at 9,098. The other comes out at 9,096. And I was trying to come up with how that compares to the 9162. So that's three different numbers. I was trying to understand how a mill, what is a mill worth?
What is their mill value?
I think that's where my error is on my sheet. I think our mill value, I wonder if I didn't change that. I don't think I changed that from last year. I think our mill value is gonna be $9,050.30.
9050.
Yeah, 9050.30. And if you multiply that out,
Oh, that's not that one.
Yeah, that 909 is subtracted off there.
so that's what it is. They adjust the mill value for the line. It's this one.
So what is the number of mills? The 183.15 is correct.
Which takes that down.
The taxable value is 9098.57. I grabbed it wrong. I don't think I changed it from last year.
9,098, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
You'll still be off a little bit in rounding.
9098, yeah,
Mhm.
okay, that makes sense.
that changes the other number of mills per section?
No, I don't think so. I'll check that. Hold on though.
Oh, no.
It's all spreadsheets through the state of Montana, so that's what I'm following along here. And then our taxable value is 10,058, 521.
So your calculations are correct. In the bottom, it's just that F.
That's, the F is wrong, correct.
Makes sense. So the taxable value is what?
Taxable value is 909857.
So that's our mill value.
I was gonna say, I think that's the.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I didn't read that right. 10,058,521.
The mill value of 9098.57.
Right.
Yeah, and the other one is correct. The other one is correct. Everything was right, my numbers on F were wrong.
Okay. With the calculations.
All calculations
So
were correct.
Original 1,666,404 is correct.
Yes.
And then the number of mills is
Three.
correct.
So that's all off the spreadsheet. I completely messed up F.
And then we're still good on the past resolution of 190,309?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so it's been moved by Commissioner Rue, seconded by Commissioner Hewitt to accept, and we'll just add that the value is different.
Yeah, and strictly, I did not, it's the exact values from last year's resolution. I did not catch those numbers. So, everything was calculated correctly in accordance with the Department of Revenue source.
You just wanted us to have last year's numbers as reference.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather have last year's numbers, because they're higher. I mean, honestly, it's $100,000 more.
Do we need to add an amendment to the motion?
I would.
Just to read the section F.
With the correction?
With the
Department of
correction.
Revenue certified tax value of the city of Lewistown is 10,058,521.
Yeah, if they're okay with it, I'll go ahead and I'll read it out for you.
Okay, are you guys okay with that? Yep. Those who made and seconded?
Okay, so we have a motion on the table to approve resolution number 4169, a resolution providing for the annual tax levy mills for fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2021 and ending June 30th, 2025, with the change to F, that the city's taxable value is $10,058,521, and the value of the mill for fiscal year 24-25 is $9,098.57.
And you said 2021, you meant 2024.
Yes, I'm sorry. 21 is my brain, I guess.
Are you guys okay with that?
Is everyone okay with that?
You can vote then.
Okay. Commissioner Bueller,
Aye.
Commissioner Day, Commissioner Hewitt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rubes,
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson,
Aye.
Commissioner Speaka,
Aye.
Commissioner Terry.
Aye. Sorry, that's a little blow up going on here. All right, citizens' requests. Citizens, do you have any requests?
How about that on Fourth Avenue and Main? Everybody only got a bicycle, but they're not chain on its own without a color. Well, the improvement is that sometimes now it will, without a color, print the light change, they don't get to walk the road. Doesn't know about that.
We brought it to the DOT's attention, but it's better.
Yeah, love that.
You'll be saying it's better.
Oh, good.
For somebody else. Oh, but you're right. All right, any other citizens' requests? citizens? Commissioners' minute, let's start with Commissioner Robertson. Do you have anything you'd like to say today?
No, I don't have anything to say.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Me neither.
Commissioner Rubes, do you have anything?
Yes, I do.
All right.
One of our constituents, Mr. Ed Durbin, has asked if I would present to each commissioner a copy of the ordinance addressing overhanging branches on sidewalks.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do that, but I'm just making a note to, I don't know what we can do about it, is we need code enforcement to take care of that, but before that happens, somebody has to complain, and Ed's done that. So I just want it noted in the minutes that I did address his concern, and, after I got done talking to him, I went right out and trimmed branches over
Check
my
your house.
sidewalk. Well, not from my house, but the people that live next to me, they don't live here, they're in Wyoming, but they come visit. So, I guess be concerned of that, there's, blind guys, they struggle with overhanging branches.
And he has brought that before us before,
Right,
so
yeah.
it's something to be, thank you for bringing it
Yeah.
again, because it's something to be vigilant on. Commissioner Day?
No, just, I'm excited for the weekend for the city. And we actually are working with the Montana Council Arts in hosting a concert in our building on Friday night. So I checked with the chamber and there was no other things going on, but it's a piano and violin duo that's coming. The pianist teaches at Juilliard in New York, and then the violinist teaches at MSU in Bozeman. So it should be quite the pair, and they're performing strictly, they're touring through the whole state of Montana for 1 hour. So it's at 7 o'clock and it's free to the community. So anyone is interested in coming out and hearing some amazing chamber music, I think it's gonna be pretty amazing. And then enjoying the choke cherry, I think it's kind of cool for our town.
Oh, Susan, yeah. Commissioner Speaker? Nothing. Commissioner Bueller?
I got to attend a meeting about the Eastern Heath snail with,
About what?
the Eastern Heath snail.
Okay.
Snails. With Holly and Doug and some other sweet folks. It was very informative. The library has brochures and informational packets if you'd like to learn about these snails. They are invasive invertebrates and they are terrestrial, so they're not water-based. They are found on land and they can wreak havoc on crop,
Equipment.
yeah, crop equipment primarily. So we are asked to keep our eyes open and look for snails. They have a very unique behavior, and that's how you can kind of tell what they are. They climb tall surfaces and then group together. So if you see snails that are climbing buildings in hot weather primarily, because they do that to keep cool, you see them climbing grasses. You'll see snails on the top of the grasses.
Are we talking like tiny then?
Dying.
But they group and you can see them
Yes.
from like across the room distance.
Yes. So, yes.
They riot.
They riot, they mass. But the massing behavior is the problematic behavior, because what happens is they will climb wheat stalks or hay fields, and then when it comes to combining, because they're up there because it's hot, they basically plug all of the equipment and cause.
Well, you can imagine crushing that many slimy snails.
Yes, yep.
Full
So-
snail.
And they're all like up at the top. Hey! Come on up here, boys!
They nice and cool up
They
there.
love to climb propane tanks, so up into propane tanks because it'll stay cooler on the metal surface. But if you want information on these snails, they can find brochure at the library. But they're asking that you reach out and let,
Conservation District.
is this Conservation District or Montana?
Our local group that's taken the lead is Conservation.
So the Fergus County Conservation District is who you should contact.
And they're working on a press release.
They have information, yes, so they're not good, we don't want them here. So the more eyes we have looking for them, hopefully the more we can keep their numbers down.
And they've been around Montana, for decades, I mean, since 2012.
Yeah, they appeared in Belt area in 2012. They moved to the Stanford area in like 2021, and they have just been reported within the city limits here.
It's outside the county. It's in the
What
county.
do you do to get rid of them?
You bash them, you burn them, and you bait them. Would you like some information?
We have Pat.
I was gonna back on snail.
So, you genuinely have to like smoosh them, or if you burn a field, that will hopefully get most of them. Or they use like steel rollers and roll fields to smoosh them. And they've tried baiting them every now and then, that doesn't seem to be very.
Hard to come by now.
Yeah, well, it's like, they put, like, bread dough, because they're drawn to the yeast. So,
They're all.
that's why we don't like gluten anymore.
Yeah, all the gluten you can handle.
From the snails. But lots of information, and the city is right after that. But that is, if you want some information, again, I'll say it again, there's brochures at the library. You can learn about the eastern heat snail, just like I did. Information.
There's a lot of the snail anyway.
So that's my commissioner's minute, snails.
I like it. All right, well, I don't have a commissioner's minute, good to go. Excited for the weekend too. All right, is there anything else for the good of the order?